traffic volumes across major roads in Limpopo are expected to increase from today. There's a scores of holidaymakers travel to various destinations for the festive season holidays. Our reporter Mahlako Komane is monitoring developments on the roads. A very good afternoon to you, Mahlako. Of course, it's a busy time. It is that time of the year where people are starting to make their way to various destinations. Has traffic indeed started to show that people are starting to be on the move?
Yes, good afternoon to you, Flo. We were earlier on, just before we spoke, we were at the Kranskop. There's a petrol station there in Kranskop. You can just see from there that people, there is some movement that is happening in terms of those traffic volumes that are picking up. A lot of people there taking that halfway stop for them between Gauteng as well as Limpopo. We saw that was quite packed. Behind me, as you can see as well, we are at the Kranskop Toll Plaza. There is some movement of cars. When we spoke to traffic officials earlier on today, they were telling us there were about 1,000 cars per hour that were making their way through this particular toll plaza flow. Definitely there is an increase in the amount of cars that we're seeing that are beginning to pass through here. But a lot of people, Florence, as we know, are closing work. Some for those that actually have their workplaces that actually get to go on holiday for the year. Today is the last working day, so later on this evening we're expecting to see more cars also make their way through this part of the road. But funny enough, in both directions there is a certain level of traffic that is making its way. We spoke to commuters, those that were coming in from Gauteng, asking them how is it on the road, how are they finding it. Some of them saying that they're actually quite happy. In fact, all of them actually saying that they're quite happy. They are seeing that the toll gates, because we know it gets a little bit crowded at the toll gates in terms of the traffic. They're saying that they've opened up more lanes, I think, to accommodate in anticipation as well of that increase in traffic volumes that will be coming and going coming to this province flow.
And let's talk about, whether there is, traffic official visibility. We have been told that, in the run-up to the holiday festive season, that we will start to see a lot more traffic officials, especially on these busy routes where people do sort of travel out of the province, to make sure that people, for instance, are not, drinking while they're not driving while they're drinking. Issues like road safety, fatigue, all of that. Is that a reality? Is there police and traffic official presence that you're seeing, or is it maybe too early at this stage?
Flo, perhaps it is a little bit early at this stage, because what I've seen driving towards Kranskop and us, driving towards Kranskop, and what we've found so far in terms of an increased number of traffic officials or the traffic police, I haven't seen quite a lot. Perhaps it is still early somewhat, but people are, I think, some of them taking the honest to actually sit and rest when they feel tired. As I said, Flo, that there is actually quite a lot of people there at that Kranskop Plaza. Some are just sitting out with camp chairs just to relax, and saying that they're just taking that breather, stretching their legs a little bit, getting their refreshments so that they're not fatigued as they're driving. So a lot of the commuters that we spoke to and drivers saying that it was quite important, they found it important for themselves to stop and take that break. And also speaking to us about the experiences of the road so far, saying that they hadn't come across any accidents in terms of the road. But we did speak to some traffic officials actually telling us that there was that accident. I think they closed that part of the N1 there by, Murray Hill. I think it's coming this way. There was a diversion that was happening, but that was a few hours ago. I think the road is open by now. But in terms of that, people seem to be taking it upon themselves to obey the rules of the road. But also, we did see there's a road safety campaign that is also taking place at the petrol station not far from here. They're saying that commuters are reminded, don't drink and drive, as well as the texting, that the generation of cell phones. It's quite distracting. We all know that it's not a good idea to have your focus elsewhere when you're traveling, especially this busy road. We know the N1 generally is busy with trucks and also just with people, it being the gateway into the rest of Africa.
All right, Mahlako, let's leave it there. That's Mahlako Komane for us at the Kranskop Toll Plaza.